There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and straight, and one who revered Elohim and turned aside from evil. Moving on to verse 8. And Yahuwah said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth, a perfect and straight man, one who reveres Elohim and turns aside from evil? And Satan answered Yahuwah and said, is Job revering Elohim for naught? Have you not made a hedge around him and around his household and all that he has on every side? So right here is, the hedge. When I emphasize on it, or said it kind of like, you know what I mean. So this is a hedge. A physical barrier of shrub, or pretty much this whole thing right here. So when I'm thinking of it, I'm thinking of all this spiritually, that we all have a certain hedge or veil guarding us, that some people aren't able to be touched because of these hedges or veils. And that is the type of hedge we need in these hard times now. Because while as many people in religion or in Christianity, they want to believe that the laws are done away with, we are in the end times. We should all know this. And just as in Exodus, where they had the 10 plagues, the Most High God was giving judgment onto Egypt. It is nothing new under the sun here for America or the entire world. Judgment is upon the whole world. The Most High is judging anyone and everyone who is not upholding his way of living. And his way of living is by faith in his Son and guarding his commands. We have to follow the Most High's commands, not to obtain salvation, but to show who we serve. Because if you are following the lawless doctrine to not follow the laws, you are showing your servitude to Satan. It's that simple. You have to guard his commands, which is why I'm here in Exodus 20. And before these chapters, in Exodus, how they showed their faith and their works by following what Moshe said, what Moses said. They did the lamb on the doorpost. They did what Moses commanded them to do while the plagues were going all around Egypt. Now, did all of the Israelites listen? No. Some didn't listen, and they were infected. They were killed. Exodus doesn't tell you that, but in, I believe, Jasher tells you. So anyways, though, in here in Exodus 20, it goes over all the commands on what we are to follow, the 10 commandments. If we hold these and if we guard them and do what the Most High says, he will build our hedge. The same hedge you've seen in the picture or the image, we have a spiritual one that will guard us, so that when the times right now, they're not as bad, but they're going to only get worse. If you thought 2020, 2022 was bad, you have not seen anything yet. It's only going to get worse from here on. Remember what Revelation said, that no man shall buy or sell unless he has the mark on his right hand or in his forehead. So the Most High will make us a way. If we are guarding his commands and following in his way and being obedient servants, as Job was, He will bring a hedge upon us, and in our time of destruction, He will give to us. So I'm not going to read all over the commands because it's way too long. But yes, Exodus chapter 20, we should read it. But I'm just saying, once again, the commands is not what gives us the salvation. It's just as James, the Messiah's brother, said, faith without works is dead. So having only faith in the Messiah, it's not going to get you anywhere if you don't have no proof of showing it. You have faith and I have works. Show me your faith with no works, and I will show you my faith by my works. And our works is by guarding the commands. The guarding of his commands that shows our service to him is an symbol of works. Because in the book of wisdom, Sirach, it is said, I believe in chapter 35, that the commands are, I can't remember exactly what it says right now. But guarding his commands are works enough. So please, those in Christianity, please uphold the Heavenly Father's laws and commands. Shalom. Actually, before I do go, I just wanted to share Proverbs as well, chapter 1, that's in here. And I will start at 24. Because I called you, you refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no one inclined. And you spurned all my counsel, and would not yield to my reproof. Let me also laugh at your calamity, mock when your dread comes. When your dread comes like a storm, and your calamity comes like a whirlwind. When distress and anguish come upon you, let them then call on me, but I answer not. Let them seek me, but not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose the reverence of Yahuwah. They did not accept my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore, let them eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own counsel. For the turning away of the simple slays them, and the complacency of fools destroys them. But whoever listens to me dwells safely and is at ease from the dread of evil. Praise Yah. So, just everything as I said, it's not about listening to me, it's about listening to the Most High. Again, it's just a warning in these times that we are in. We have to follow his commands in order to be protected. If you're listening to this, it's because he's calling to you to follow his ways, because he does not desire for man to be destroyed. But if you are not going to follow his ways, everything what he has done, what he has said, has already been set in place. He's not going to stop anything in its time of what it's to come. If destruction is to come tomorrow, he's not going to stop it because it's already been set from the beginning and is going to be fulfilled to the time of when it's supposed to be done. So the only way he can protect you from it is by believing in his son and following his ways. But if you choose not to do so, just as Proverbs says, when you try to call out to him during that time of destruction because you chose not to listen, he's going to laugh because you wanted to wait at the last minute. Don't do it. I've had my part in that, and I do not want to be in the way of destruction. Choose life.